G'day Poultry Gang, welcome back to the channel, hope you're all having a great day as always. And with the announcement that Chivalry 2 has received its final update and is being in a feature complete state, I just want to express how much I love this game and some of the reasons why we've been able to enjoy it for so long. I'm not sad that there will be no more content updates for the game, but I am very happy to have been able to enjoy such a gem of a game Torn Banner Studios has made with an amazing community to have supported it. Over the course of 10 months, I've uploaded over 200 Chivalry 2 videos, including gameplays, guides, tier lists, challenges, shorts and live streams. Although the game is not 100% perfect, it's been an absolute blast to play, and the three main reasons why I love Chivalry 2 comes down to its casual gameplay philosophy, the immersive experience it provides, and the satisfying gameplay loop. But before I continue, the gameplay that you're seeing in the background was recorded in March, but I was too embarrassed to post it for so long. It was the first time I was Duke on Dark Forest, and the first time that I ran out into the courtyard not knowing what I was doing. So maybe you can guess how that went. Since then, I've successfully ran out 2 times, but only after learning from many mistakes. But you can watch my first epic fail in this video. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. The first reason why I love Chivalry 2 is its casual game philosophy. A lot of games take themselves too seriously these days. Everything, well, most games have to be like so competitive in some way, shape, or form, and if not, gamers are always finding a way to optimize the fun out of it. Like, how many games have like a competitive game mode or are based off like a 5v5 thing, or there's like some form of leaderboards or gameplays in the background. I don't know how to explain it, but every game feels like really serious these days. And some games, like Call of Duty, are designed to increase playtime rather than quality of playtime with its like engagement optimized matchmaking. So every game just feels like a sweat fest. But, you know, sometimes after a long day of work or school, you just want to sit down and relax. And Chivalry 2 allows you to do that by hacking, slashing, and bathing in the blood of your enemies. It's great. There's no pressure to perform well, and it's just for fun. And to me, that is just so refreshing. There's not many games that allow you, like, there's not many multiplayer PvP games that allow you to do that these days, I feel. And I guess one reason is that, oh, one way Chivalry 2 allows you to do this is that the combat system is, you know, very easy to understand, and as a new player, it's very friendly. The moveset is very simple, and the animations are quite readable. You can even just pick up anything off the battlefield. Say like, there's someone else's weapon that you want to try, you can pick it up, you know? There's someone's severed head on the ground, you can use that as a projectile and throw it at the enemy, you know? There's a random looking chicken, you can pick it up, dip it in a fire pit, and now you can punch people with it and set them on fire. There are like also like a bunch of trap doors just placed around the map. You can pull a lever and like unsuspecting people will just fall into a pit and die. The world of Chivalry 2 is just so funny. There's so many more countless examples. Like, have you ever had just both your arms chopped off? It's so ridiculously hilarious just to see a character run around and just headbutt people. And you can get kills like that. You can get kills, but it's just headbutting people with no arms. It's crazy. And please don't take this out of context, but dying in game is funny just as much as getting kills, which not many games have been able to achieve. You know, the easiest comparison I can give is like dying in TF2. Like, you get like a funny ragdoll, or like there's giblets, or like you get gibbed. It's hilarious. Chivalry 2 is hilarious, and yeah, just being casual was great. Like, on another note of the game being so casual, I personally think that even if you drop like this game for like a while, you don't ever feel that you'll fall behind everyone else when it comes to keeping up with what's new, what's fresh, and what's within the meta. There's no like battle pass with like overpowered weapons or characters locked behind it. So everyone for the most part is on the same level in terms of non-cosmetic fundamental gameplay affecting items, you know? I just also want to touch on that it's been so fun playing this game with you guys on stream, because we can all just hop into a server and go ham at each other. You know, you guys have been great. You bring your own personas, like becoming like bounty hunters, trying to hunt specific people, or even hunting me. it's hilarious. Our skill sets can be so vastly different, but we all have a great time just bashing each other with different weapons in such a casual game. It's so fun. But also, playing the game as intended is one thing, but also there's so much shenanigans happening in the background that it's hilarious. Okay? You will have people role playing like in the background while everyone else is brutally fighting each other. My favorite memory has been like starting like a little truce with the enemy team, like on Thaic's Stronghold, in that one room with all the I don't know what they're called exactly, but they're like stuffed animals, but not really stuffed animals. It's that one room with like 3 bears and like a stuffed moose or something. Like I remember us all forming a circle, like holding all of these like giant stuffed animals and just teabagging each other with the bears. At some point I was just like crying of laughter because it was just so funny. And then some guy, he showed me like how to do wall bear, because like there's this specific hole in the wall that you can phase through, and if you're holding a bear, like you can move it in the wall, and it's just so funny. It's like anyway, the casual nature of this game is great, and it's one reason why I love this game so much. You just hop into a game, like just boot up the game, you press one button, and you just get thrown into a game where it's absolutely hilarious about like what can happen. Anyway, now that I'm making this video, I realize like I'm just going on like tangents after tangents, but I hope you guys can just bear with me. There's 2 more reasons that I want to talk about why I love this game so much. So the second reason why I love Chivalry 2 is the immersive gameplay experience that it provides. So I'm talking about the character design, the weapon finishes, the voice lines, the factions, the laws, the animations, all the funny references, the Easter eggs, and the fantastic music. Alright? It really feels like when you build up Chivalry 2 and you get thrown into a game, you're placed smack bang into a medieval fantasy world with 3 competing factions, For example, Agatha is the highly religious faction dressed in all blue. You feel like really righteous compared to like the heathen factions whose armor is like either red or yellow, and quite frankly, like their armors look a bit more menacing than the Agathian, armor. The Agathian knight voice lines make you sound so... It makes you sound like you're a protector of good and a paladin, right? Whereas like if you play as Mason, if maybe you sound like a berserker or like an evil prince, it is very thematic, right? Every map has like a short animation at the start and it lets you know that what you're fighting for. It's like a little mission briefing, you know what I'm talking about, right? So like on Galencourt as Agatha, you're defending your holy city and the tomb of your beloved champion, and then on the next map, the Raid of Aberfell, you are raiding and getting revenge on a Mason village for the sacking of Galencourt and the desecration of Phaedron's tomb. Like he's the champion, right? So yeah, it's just like so much lore behind all of the different maps. It's great. And to go about your different mission on each of the maps, like you pick your class, right? They range from like the scrawny or cowardly sounding archer to the large, very noble sounding knight. And every class has its own selection of beautiful, although sometimes inaccurate looking weapons to go through, right? The weapons and armor that you wear can also be customized with skin, so now you get to slaughter your foes with the freshest loadout. Like, how good is that? How good is that? And as you play through the map, you're just basically going through a story as like you siege through the wall, like on Galencourt. You start by sieging the walls, you blow up some ships, you breach the inner city walls, you destroy some sacred statues, and then you sack the cathedral as like the Mason team. And as Agatha, you're defending like your homeland from these heathens that have come to your doorstep, to your house. They are trying to like wreck your shit, and now you have to stop them. Right? And as all of this is like unfolding, there's actually some like tiny hidden Easter eggs like throughout the map that you can discover too, which are like absolutely so cool to have. Like on Aberfell, like the Raid of Aberfell, you can like run by like a cave and like a tiny little white rabbit might jump out and kill you, which is like a Monty Python reference. It's so funny, like yeah. And on Train Citadel, like you can make crustacean soup. Like, have you ever like just spawned into a map and you're wondering like why it says like killed by crustacean soup? Like, what the heck is a crustacean soup? Well, you can actually make a crustacean soup on the last map in Chivalry 2, and you get to unlock like freaking crab claws or something to play with. It's so cool. But anyway, everything that you do in a match, from hacking off limbs to emoting on the corpses of your decapitated foes, which is all beautifully animated by the way, builds up to the final minutes. And when the round is about to reach its climax, you get a banger of a soundtrack called Duty and Honor 2. Like you know what soundtrack I'm talking about. And I feel like I know that soundtrack was performed by a live orchestra, and it sounds so grand and so epic that it gets you hyped up to play the final minutes of your match. You know that everyone that hears that soundtrack, that song, just rallies and fights 10 times harder for whatever the objective is, whether it's like defending your king, protecting like the final soldiers that are getting slaughtered like on Coxwell. Just listening to the song gives you goosebumps, and you just feel like you are fighting for like a good cause, like your cause. It's just so epic, you know. And I highly recommend like you listen to like all of like the Chivalry 2 soundtracks, especially Duty and Honor 2 on YouTube. It's great. So winning, what I'm trying to say is like this entire collective experience, like win or lose, the overall like immersive experience that you get is so wonderful and encapsulating. I really want to applaud the developers for making, or applaud Torn Banner Studios for making a game that's so immersive. It's hard not to have a good time when you're playing this game, and which is why I just love it. I love it so much, and which leads me on to like the final reason that the final main reason why I love Chivalry 2 is like it has such a satisfying gameplay loop. You know, the game is so simple on the surface. You pick up a weapon and you hit the other guy, but actually there's a lot of technical depth in terms of learning different skills. You know, these include weapon handling, footwork, overall positioning, spawn reading, map flow, map heat maps, learning different siege weapons, etc. There's like a million things to learn and try out in this game. It's wonderful, you know. There are 4 main classes which have their own theme and unique playstyle, with another like 3 subclasses like within those main classes to play, and they're all different. They all play out differently because each of the subclasses has unique weapon selection, different abilities, different traits, and learning how each of these subclasses and weapons play has been so satisfying to me because, you know, they have their own strengths, weaknesses, playstyles, but these are also affected by the types of opponents that you're playing, you know, the different maps that you're on, the different game modes you're on, all change how you play that specific subclass. This makes every game unique because, you know, the enemy might have like a different team composition, and you learn so much about the loadout that you have chosen for that particular game. Yeah, I gave myself challenge to top score with every single weapon, with every single class. You know, my particular gameplay loop was pick up new weapon, learn how to use it, develop strategies and tactics to best use it, then go ham on it in the team objective game mode. And then when I feel like I need to spice things up, I would try to learn how to use it in team deathmatch, free for all, on dual servers. Because, you know, like I said, the strategies and tactics that you use with like a particular class, with its skill sets and its weapons, differs across each of those different game modes and maps. And if I ever, like, I rarely got bored learning new things, but if I did get bored, there were also social servers which were fun and chill just to hang out. And, you know, otherwise, if my main game mode is team objective. Otherwise, you know, I could just befriend the enemy team, and then we can just do like silly shenanigans, like being a bard and spectate the battlefield. You know, pick up a bunch of bears, teabag each other, and like create like a mini cult on the server. There are so many ways to play the game that even after several hundred hours of playtime, I've just had so much fun. There's still more to do. There are so many variations to how you can play this game. There's always more to do, and this game has something for everyone, and the amount of fun that you can have in just this one game is, you know, the final reason why I love Chivalry 2 so much. Anyway, to wrap up this video, I just want to say thank you to Torn Banner Studios for making such a fantastic game that is so casual, immersive, with a satisfying gameplay loop. Everyone's experience is different, so please do let me know what your favorite aspects of Chivalry 2 are. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what Torn Banner has in store for us, and I really hope that Chivalry 3 is in the works to release within maybe the next 5 years or something. Because if you think about it, what other medieval PvP games are there on the market? There's not that many, and are they as good or better than Chivalry 2, or better than Chivalry? Yes and no, but that's like a discussion for another day. What Torn Banner has created is so special, so fun to me, to all of us, and I think that's something to be celebrated. You know, we can easily be sad that, you know, it's over, but I feel that it's also important to be happy just to be happy that we were there. The game's still around, by the way. It's not like it's just like the server just died overnight. It's just, yeah, I just feel so glad to be part, to play such a fantastic game and be part of such a wonderful community. Most of you guys come for Chivalry, the Chivalry 2 content. You guys have been amazing. And we've all had a great time together playing this wonderful game. But anyway, I feel like I've just rambled. Like, how long has it been? It's been 15 minutes and 30 seconds. I've rambled on for so long. As always, thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you guys next time in the next video. Peace.